Right. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Miss Mary Jane. Welcome, welcome. Make sure you like and share. That way everybody can do the energy healing today. We're going to be doing, hey, Michael, we're going to be doing something called tapping. And it's a technique that they use in therapy sessions. I've done it with my therapist. Now, I'm not a therapist, but I've done therapy for like almost 3 years now. And hey, Miss Mary Jane, thank you, thank you. And hey, Michael. Make sure you guys are hitting the heart button and then, you know, sharing it. That way everybody can get their healing today. And you know, just to kind of explain what tapping is. And then I'm actually sporting my bracelet there, Mary Jane. Look at that. Look at that. I've got a lot of compliments on it. And I've got the one with the key on it. You know, because I'm trying to manifest, you know, better housing, right? And you know, I like where I'm at, but it's, you know, I want space to be able to do my artwork, to be able to do creative projects and things like that. And so what we're going to be doing today is something called tapping, and we're going to be doing an energy release, because when you try to manifest things, hey, thanks. Now, this is my first attempt. I wanted to show this to you. This is my first ever attempt to make jewelry. I ended up making, it looks like a little sailboat. These are little crystal chip pieces that, these are real crystals. I've got like this little kit with all these little crystal chips, you know, all different various kinds of, it's got them all labeled out here, all the crystals. I'm kind of experimenting a little bit, but I mean, the first, effort, I thought it looked all right. You know, you could wear this with a dress or whatever, right? But it's got real crystal chips. It's got like amethyst and aquamarine, obsidian for protection. Now, you can wear them as jewelry, or you can, like what I call, anoint them, or you can activate them spiritually and get the metaphysical benefits. It's whatever floats your boat. Ha, pun intended, right? But I've never done that before, so that was my first attempt at making jewelry. And then I'm actually sporting the one Mary Jane made here. She's got it down pat. She makes good jewelry. And this one, I got this from you guys, from Miss Callie's website. I got this one, right? So I'll be looking like Mr. T today. I've got some new pieces. This one, something called pink mica. I've never wore this before, but it's supposed to help you with your psychic abilities. And then this one's black obsidian and some type of aquamarine. And then of course my evil eye, right? You got to have that, right? So I'm blinging out today just for the hell of it, right? And then my ankles, I've got all my little anklets on, Mary Jane. Look at that. Look at that. Right? Gotta have protection on your ankles too, right? But just showing that off there. So we're gonna, and then I'm trying to make a bracelet right now. Right? I've got all different little crystal pieces, and I've got little charms going here. I've got a starfish and a sailboat. But I'm doing it with wire. With actual wire, because I am very rough on jewelry and I break them so easily. And I don't know how many of those evil eye bracelets I've been through just wearing and tearing them down, right? So I've decided to switch to steel wire to see if that's a little easier to manage there with jewelry, and just save the pieces and restring the pieces as, if the bracelets break, But anyway, we're going to start some tapping. So when you're tapping, you are releasing the trauma. We're going to start at the top of her head and work our way down our body. Now, you can't see my whole body, right? The screen's not big enough, but I'm going to be tapping all the way down my body, right? Now, when you're releasing, you're going to release the trauma first. Why? Because you can manifest, but if you don't release the trauma, you're going to manifest it weird, right? So, for example, the theme of the week is, you manifest money, but you have an expense at the same time, right? So an example of that would be, okay, you manifested $100. Let's say you told your spirit squad, I want $100. You get $100. You find $100 on the sidewalk right after you do your affirmations, but you haven't done the work to release the trauma that you've got in your chakras, right? And so, what's going to happen is, you're going to have a weird expense that's going to cost you $100. Let's say your car needs a new part. Well, there goes your $100. So maybe it's hard to save money, right? Something I've personally been through, right? I've actually been through that one, right? So if you like what you see, make sure you're liking and sharing. That way everybody can get their little healing session today. We're getting ready to get started there, but I just wanted to kind of explain what I'm doing a little bit. So I know it's going to look like a fruitcake, right? It does seem a little woo-woo, but I'll be honest, a lot of therapists use the tapping technique. It's very effective. You will start to feel tingly. You're going to start feeling sensations in your body. You're going to start feeling those things. That's normal, right? So we're going to go through some trauma release. We're going to go through some thank you affirmations, because I think having an attitude of gratitude is important also. To manifest what you want. And then we're going to just work our way through various topics that we're trying to manifest in our life. So we're gonna do some tapping. We're gonna start at the top of her head. And hey, Miss Callie, I was just showing off. I'm wearing your bracelets, you guys' bracelets, and I've got my ankles decked out with my bling that I got, and I'm getting ready to try my new stuff that I got from you, the last kit that I got. Most of that stuff actually made it through the post office. Lord help us, right? We're gonna be manifesting our packages getting here safe, right? But yeah, I'm getting ready to try. I think it was the latest package I got. I'm getting ready to try that today, right? Maybe do a spiritual bath, but it's not a bad idea to do a cleanse today, but we're going to be doing an energy cleanse, right? And that's important too, to clear your chakras out. Not only, I use a lot of Miss Callie's products, and, I use them in the shower and the bath, and then she's got her jewelry, and I tried to make some earrings here. This is my first attempt at making the metaphysical jewelry. A little anchor there. I was thinking, God's the anchor of my life, so I put an anchor on the end of it, and it's got actual crystal pieces. Now, something that's coming down the pipeline. I'm going to be making. Thank you, Miss Callie. I'll be burning your stuff up, man. I'll be in the shower, just doing a whole souffle of shower scrubs and the body washes, and just kind of making a whole souffle in the shower. So it's just epic. I love it. And I'll be honest, if I don't get my little shower session, I get really cranky. I've noticed that the last couple of days I've tried to do a quick process, and then that just didn't work, right? So I've had to carve out time, right? When you get metaphysical products like Miss Callie sells, or you've got your crystals, or you've got your process, make sure you carve out time to do that, right? Especially when it comes to what we're getting ready to do. We're getting ready to do tapping, right? Hey, Miss Jenny. We're getting ready to do tapping, right? And that's going to be releasing the trauma first, because if you don't release the trauma, when you try to manifest, it's not going to manifest properly, right? You're going to be manifesting money, but then your car is going to have an issue. And you're going to have that expense that money you manifested, you're going to have to spend it somewhere else, right? That's not what we want. We want to be able to save money, keep money, and buy shit that we need, right? So there's that, as an example. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started with our tapping, and then we're going to start at the top of our head, and we are energizing our energy centers or meridians. Now, a lot of therapists use this technique. It's not just a woo-woo thing, right? I've done therapy for 3 years, right? I've been doing trauma therapy, and she got me tapping away at my face, right? It works. So you're going to start feeling sensations in your body. You might get thirsty. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water afterwards, because you're releasing actual toxins out of your muscles and out of your body. You're actually releasing toxins for real. So you want to make sure you're drinking water, and you're going to feel sensations in your body. That's normal. Now, if you do this every day, you carve out maybe 5 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes, start with that, and start doing your tapping. I'm getting ready to demonstrate how to do it. You're going to start seeing a huge difference with your manifestations, right? Now, I do the body washes. I get those off Miss Callie's website. I do her body washes and her scrubs for my spiritual bath, because I'm a water sign. So I like to be in the water. I like to cleanse in the water. But I'm also going to be test driving some spiritually inclined candles, right? I've realized that I've got a bit of a knack for making spiritual candles. They've been very effective for me, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of people playing on my top, right? I've been doing something called a return to sender candle, and I've been putting various herbs and things in it, and I've had some interesting results from it so far. Right now, you're just sending back the energy that they sent to you. So in theory, if they send you good energy, guess what? They're going to be really blessed. Right? It works both ways. Like if they're sending you negative energy, guess what? They get back what they sent to you. So they better be saying some nice things about me, right? Because I'm tired. I'm tired, right? So in an effort to figure out, okay, what is this haterade that keeps coming my way? A possible business is blooming there. I'm going to deck out some candles and I'm going to sell them. And if you guys are tired of people raining on your parade, these candles are going to pack a pretty hefty punch in the spirit realm, right? Because they do for me. I know they're going to work for you because they work for me, right? I've test drove them myself, right? I'm going to be, trying to get the formulas together, and I'm going to do that this week. And then I'm going to, put those out there for you guys to, purchase, and then you can get your spiritual, up your spiritual game there, right? Because candles work. They work. People have done them for thousands of years, and they work. All right, and I'm going to do like, generate drawing money candle. I'm going to be doing like a return to sender, various versions of that, because I'm going to do a couple of that. There's several of those that you can do. You can do return to sender, like a standard return to sender candle, but then you can also do one with like, that'll prompt somebody to confess what they've done. That's a new one. That one's an experiment this week that I've had some really surprising results from. I'm like, holy cow, people really hate, but the interesting thing is when somebody confesses something, they release that trauma. That's actually a biblical, like if you're really into, your biblical terminologies and things, that's actually, confess one another. That's actually a scripture, right? So technically you're just prompting them along their spiritual journey a little bit, right? So I've been experimenting with that this week with some pretty successful results. And, I'm going to be cranking out some candles for you guys to get those results too, right? Because I know I'm tired. Y'all have got to be tired too, because they've just been, the haterade's been unreal this week. So let's go ahead and get tapping, and we're going to release some trauma, and we're going to draw in, money. We're going to go through some thank you affirmations, and then we're going to go through some money affirmations because everybody needs a little cash, right? And then, we're just going to kind of work our way through that, right? All right. So start tapping. So you're going to start at the crown of your head, and you're just going to tap around the top of your head. Now, if you've got a headache, this is fantastic for migraines. You're going to tap the back of your skull, and you're just going to start tapping, right? We're going to wake up our energy centers for just a minute. And I know it's going to feel stupid, but I'm telling you, it works really well, right? And again, a lot of therapists use this. Right, we're going to get rid of, I'm hearing the word, my spirit squad's saying the word guilt. So the biggest issue that I see, and we're just going to keep tapping while we're doing this, we're just going to wake up our energy centers, we're going to work our way down our body, right? The biggest issue I see is people feel guilty for getting success, right? There's this weird phenomenon that happens if you've ever been through a serious trauma. Like, you may feel guilty for being blessed. I've had that myself. So the problem with that is it's hard for your spirit squad to keep blessing you on the level that you want it if you feel guilty or you don't feel worthy to be blessed, right? So we're going to release that right now. So we're just going to keep waking up our energy centers, right? Tapping right here on the shoulder blades. Tapping. Now this one is one that I really feel. We're going to do under the arm. We're going to do under the arm. And you're just going to work your way down your body. You see I'm doing my stomach. Waking up your solar plexus. Waking up your sacral chakra. I'm not going to do that on camera because ain't nobody want to see that. But, I'm tapping my legs, right? Showing off my bling. Miss Callie's bling there. Yep. All right. So we're going to start releasing that guilt. I release all guilt. I release all guilt in every area of my life. I release all guilt in every area of my life. I release all guilt in every area of my life. Tap your third eye. I release all guilt in every area of my life. I release all guilt in every area of my life. I release all guilt in every area of my life. I release all guilt in every area of my life. Now, it's going to sound repetitive, but what you're doing is you're releasing this out of your physical body. Make sure you're drinking water because you're actually releasing toxins out of your body and your muscles, and you're waking up your meridians, you're waking up your chakras, and you're releasing these negative fear-based energies out of your chakras, right? So there's a method to my madness, right? So keep tapping, and you're just going to repeat that phrase, and you're going to go down your body. So this may take a hot minute, may want to carve out some time if you really want to get that trauma out of there. Start tapping, right? I release all trauma in every area of my life. I release all guilt in every area of my life. I release all guilt in every area of my life. I release all guilt in every area of my life. I release all guilt in every area of my life. I am worthy to be blessed financially. I am worthy. Now, we've released the guilt. Now we're going to bring in the blessing, right? So we're going to release a trauma, and then we're going to call in a blessing. That's how you do it. So you're going to release the trauma, and then you're going to call in the blessing, right? So now we're going to call in the blessing. So we've released guilt. Now we're going to call in worthiness, right? Because that's the opposite of guilt, right? I am worthy to be blessed financially. 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 Going to do under the nose, under the chin. I am worthy to be blessed financially. Under your neck here. I am worthy. Behind the ears. I am worthy to be blessed financially. Work your way down your neck to your collarbones, right? Tap around here. I am worthy to be blessed financially. I am worthy to be blessed financially. Under the armpit, on each side. I am worthy to be blessed financially. I am worthy to be blessed financially. Now you should start feeling a tingly sensation. My whole body feel like it's electric right now. Like I feel like I just grabbed an electric fence. That's normal. That means you've woke up your meridians, you've woke up your chakras. You know, you are now getting the energy moving, and that's the idea, right? Okay, now we're going to release another trauma. So we've released guilt and we've received worthiness. Right? You kind of getting the picture on how to do this. You can do whatever you want with these, but I'm just kind of demonstrating how to do it so that you can get your manifestations in properly. Right? The more of these traumas you release, the better off you're going to be. And I recommend doing this every single day of the week, right? So we're going to release rejection. That's a big one for me. I've been rejected my whole life. Let's release that crap. And I've got to do that one every day, by the way. So this will, if you've been like me and you've been through hell, high water, and half of Georgia, which may be one of my, I'm actually creating a candle, that's going to be hell, high water, and half of Georgia. I'm going to send all of that crap back to where it came from, right? That's coming down the pipeline, so stay tuned. I'm going to be making candles. And hey, Kevin, we're doing some trauma release tapping right now. So we've just released guilt and we've received worthiness, right? We're going to release rejection because I've been rejected my whole life and that stuff is stopping blessings, right? So we're going to start at the top of our head, work our way down our meridian systems. Now, again, you are releasing toxins out of your muscles and your lymph nodes and stuff. So you want to make sure you're drinking plenty of water, right? You might feel hydrated. I feel like I've just grabbed an electric fence, right? So you stop at the crown of your head. You're going to start at the crown of your head and then you're going to work your way down. I release rejection from every area of my life. I release rejection from every area of my life. Now, you're going to sound like a parakeet and you might feel like a parakeet, but each and every meridian point in your body, you're going to have to say this phrase because you can't just release it from your head and not your heart, right? You got to go all the way down the body with the phrase, and then we're going to bring in the blessing. So you may feel like a bit of a parakeet. It may feel a little silly, but there's a method to the madness, right? So just kind of have an open mind with it, right? Just try it. What do you got to lose on a Sunday afternoon? So keep tapping the back of the skull. I release all trauma in every area of my life. Clearing the message. I release all trauma in every area of my life. Now you're going to go to the middle of your head, which is your third eye. You start tapping that, start waking it up. I release all trauma from every area of my life. Now, if you've got a migraine, this is great for fixing a migraine, by the way. Like, I don't know who the hell tunes into me that's got migraines, but please start tapping and take an Advil, because I'm very empathic, and I can feel whoever the hell's got chronic headaches. I can feel you, and it's a little frustrating. I'm like, please let me show you how to tap so you can stress relief today. But we're going to wake up the third eye, right? I release all trauma from every area of my life. You just want to kind of circle around. You should start feeling sensations in your body. I release all trauma from every area of my life. I release all rejection from every area of my life. I release all rejection from every area of my life. Under the eye, that's a meridian point. Third eye, that's a meridian point. Temples, that's a meridian point. Under the nose, that's a meridian point. I release all rejection from every area of my life. Under the chin, I release all rejection from every area of my life. I release all of these lymph nodes right in here. Start tapping. I release all rejection from every area of my life. The back of the neck, because I don't know about you, but it feels like somebody cranked my neck off. I release all rejection from every area of my life. You're going to work your way around your collarbone. I release all rejection from every area of my life. Underneath the armpit, that's a meridian point. I release all rejection from every area of my life. I release all rejection from every area of my life. Solar plexus, I release all rejection from every area of my life. You're going to work your way down your legs. Now, I don't have a camera big enough, but I'm tapping my legs, right? Showing off Miss Callie's jewelry from her website, right? She makes jewelry, guys. Check her website out. She's got metaphysical cleansing items that I use every day, especially her shower products are fantastic. And I'm a cranky heifer without it, for real. So I'm going to give her a shout out and make sure y'all are checking out Miss Callie's website. And we're releasing traumas today. Now, if you like what you see, make sure you're liking, following all my platforms, because I put the replay of this on my YouTube channel. So if you missed the live, there was one yesterday I did in the park. We did some releasing affirmations in the park with the waterfall, and it's super groovy. I put it on my YouTube, and you can replay it as many times, and you can hear the waterfall, and you get to see the waterfall, and the park is really cool. So, check out my YouTube. Make sure you're liking and following on that platform as well, because these lives, I download them, and then I put them on my YouTube so y'all can replay it. So if you like this tapping, and you want to do this every day to try to bring in your manifestations faster, download it, man, or watch it on my YouTube. It give me like a couple of hours. It takes a couple hours to download it and post it, but by tomorrow I'll have it on there. But yeah, like and follow, hit the link tree in my bio and follow my YouTube, because I put these on replay on there, right? So each week is a different lesson. And this week, I'm like, man, we really need some healing for real. So we're tapping now. The idea is working your way down your body. You noticed I have not stopped tapping. I'm feeling like I just got hit by an electric fence. That's normal. You feeling thirsty is normal. You are actually releasing toxins out of your muscles and stuff. You want to make sure, it's just like getting a massage. You want to make sure that you're drinking plenty of water, because your body needs to flush that out, right? You don't want to keep that in your body. Wouldn't hurt to take an Epsom salt bath either, and then drink plenty of water afterwards. Miss Callie's got some bath bombs on her website that I think are fire. Like, I use those at least a couple of times a week. Make sure y'all are checking her out too. But yeah, start your cleansing process. But the idea is we are releasing a trauma. We're releasing some sort of negative fear-based energy first. Then we're bringing in the blessing, right? We're bringing in the opposite of what we're releasing. So we've released guilt and we've received worthiness. Because if you don't feel worthy to be blessed, how is your spirit squad going to bless you? Like, how are you going to be okay with, let's say you did win the lottery. What if, man? Let's say you won the lottery. But if you don't feel worthy of that money, you're going to blow through it, and you're not going to invest it properly, and you're going to have problems, which is usually what happens, right? They manifest that big thing, but they haven't done the legwork. So they don't understand how to handle that level of energy, right? Start tapping, man. But the first thing we released was guilt. So you're going to start from the top of your head, and you're going to work your way down your body to all of your meridian points. And we release guilt first. So you're going to say, I release all guilt from every area of my life. And you're going to just start tapping. Your body's going to start waking up. Your chakras are going to start waking up. For me, it just felt like I grabbed an electric fence, right? That's normal. Collarbone, under the arm, and I've actually done my solar plexus here, and I'm working my way all the way down my body, because it don't stop from the waist up. You've got chakra points and meridian points and trauma points all throughout your body, right? So you're going to tap your entire body, but I've only got this much camera, and y'all don't want to see me tapping everything. You know what I mean? So y'all can kind of get the picture, but I release all rejection from every area of my life. So we're releasing rejection. I release all rejection from every area of my life. I release all rejection from every area of my life. Wake up your third eye. I release all rejection from every area of my life. Under the eyes is a meridian point. I release all rejection from every area of my life. I release all rejection from every area of my life. Under the nose is a meridian point. Under the chin, I release all rejection from every area of my life. Now, you're going to feel like a parakeet. Each meridian point, you need to repeat the trauma that you're trying to release. So each and every chakra point or meridian point, you're going to repeat that phrase. So you may feel like a parakeet. It may feel a little silly, but I'm telling you, your whole body's going to start buzzing here in a minute. You may feel energized, like you want to take a walk or do a workout. That actually happens to me. Like I'm feeling like I could actually handle a workout right now. And then you're going to work your way down your body, start tapping, man. But you want to release the trauma first. So you're going to repeat that phrase all the way down your body. Now, we've done that for a hot minute. Now, since we released rejection, we're going to receive love and acceptance, because that's the opposite of rejection. Now you can manifest that properly because you've released that trauma out of your body. You've released it out of your mind and your spirit. Your chakras are waking up. Now's the time to bring in that manifestation of love and acceptance, right? Two huge things for me, right? So we're going to start at the top of her head. I receive love and acceptance. I am loved and I am accepted. I'm going to change the verbiage slightly. I am loved. You notice I'm working my way all the way around my crown chakra. I am loved and I am accepted. I'm loved and I am accepted. Temples. I am loved and I am accepted. This is great for headaches, by the way. Third eye. I am loved and I am accepted. Tap your eyeballs. You got migraine, tap your eyes. Underneath the eyes, I am loved and I am accepted. Under the nose, I am loved and I am accepted. On the chin, I am loved and I am accepted. Underneath here, underneath your neck, I am loved and I am accepted. The back of the neck, that hurts for me, so I'm going to tap until that stops hurting. I am loved and I am accepted. Tap your shoulders. You have pain in your shoulders, start tapping your shoulders. Release that trauma. I am loved and I am accepted. Collarbone. I am loved and I am accepted. Under the arm. I am loved and I am accepted. Do both arms. I am loved, tapping right here, and I am accepted. Solar plexus. I am loved and I am accepted. And you're going to work your way down your body, right? And do my leg. I am loved and I am accepted. I am loved and I am accepted. You're going to work your way all the way down through your feet, right? Now, take a minute, start breathing in and out. How you feeling? How y'all feeling? I'm feeling a little thirsty, but I am buzzing. I feel like my body's buzzing. You should feel tingly. You might feel hot and cold sensations. For me, it feels like I just grabbed an electric fence. You know, how's it feeling for you so far? You guys can feel free to comment in the chat with, you know, what sensations are running through your body. Any questions, feel free to put that in the chat. If you like what you see, make sure that you are, you know, liking, following, hitting the heart, showing some love. And I put these replays on YouTube, right? So make sure you're following me on that platform, because if you want to do this on a regular basis and you forget how to do it, you can go back to the YouTube channel and, you know, get your tapping session on a replay, right? It takes me a couple of hours, but by tomorrow it'll be up and running, and, you know, I'll have this video posted. I've got yesterday's posted. I was in the park and I did some healing affirmations in the park. You might want to check that out. There's some really pretty scenery and waterfalls and things that I did yesterday, right? And I put that on YouTube, so check that out. But make sure you're hitting like, show some love, and you know, hit the link tree in my bio, and check out my YouTube, right? If you want to see this on replay and you missed the first part of it, I've got those on YouTube loaded up, right? Takes me a couple of hours, but I get these loaded up, right? So what are we doing? We are tapping, and we are releasing the trauma first, and then we're going to bring in a blessing. Because if you're just doing affirmations to bring in blessings and you're not trying to release that trauma, for example, what's going to happen is, let's say you do win the lottery or you do win some money, then you're going to have an expense come right after that. Let's say your car breaks down, right? Or, you know, you got a car repossession, right? So maybe that trauma wasn't released properly. You manifested, your spirit squad's bringing you blessings, but maybe you didn't go through the legwork to release the trauma, or what they call shadow work, right? Now, a lot of therapists use the tapping technique. Mine does. I've done therapy for 3 years. This is a real technique that therapists use, right? This is not just woo-woo crap. This really works, right? There's a science behind it. There's meridian points. There's adrenaline points in your body that are that you're waking up and you are releasing those toxins out of your body, right? So you're going to start at the top of your head and work your way down your body. And you want to release the trauma first, and then you're going to come back through and you're going to, you know, bring in the blessing, right? Otherwise, you're going to bring in manifestations without doing the proper shadow work, and you're going to have problems, right? If your manifestations aren't going the way you want them to, maybe that's part of the problem, right? You notice I'm working my way down my body. I'm just tapping all the meridian points, and I'm going down my legs to my feet, right? All right, so we've released guilt and we've received worthiness, right? Because if you don't feel worthy to be blessed, how are you going to be able to sustain the blessing that your spirit squad's trying to bring in, right? We've released rejection, and we've received love and acceptance, right? Now we're going to release anger. That's a big one that's come up this week, anger. I release anger for events that happened in my past. I release anger from events that happened in my past. We're going to release anger. Yeah, that's a good one. That one's what's popping in my head, right? So start tapping. I release anger from all areas of my life, from things that happened in my past. I release anger from all areas of my life, from things that happened in the past. I release anger from all areas of my life, from things that happened in the past. I release anger from all areas of my life, from things that happened in the past. I release anger from all areas of my life, from things that happened in the past. I release anger from all areas of my life, from things that happened in the past. Under the nose, I release all anger from what happened in the past. Under the nose, I release all anger from every area of my life, from things that happened in the past. I release all anger from every area in my life, from things that happened in the past. Under the neck, there's meridian chakra points under your neck, behind your ears. Your ears is a chakra point, whether you know it or not. What are you listening to? What are you taking into your ear gates that's affecting your mental, right? Be cautious. Songs have power, and they have frequency. If you don't know, you can. That's all over this app, right? They got them little videos all over this app with that. I release anger from all areas of my life, from events that happened in the past. Back of the neck, I release all anger from every area of my life, from things that happened in the past. Collarbone, shoulders, I release all anger from every area of my life, from things that happened in the past. Shoulder blades, I release all anger from every area of my life, from things that happened in the past. Solar plexus, and you're going to work your way down your body. Now the camera's not big enough, but I'm actually working my way all the way down my body, tapping my legs, tapping my feet, because all those are chakra points. Now, keep in mind, you're going to feel like a parakeet. So you're going to repeat the trauma that you're trying to release. Every single meridian chakra point that you're tapping, you want to release the trauma, and you're going to repeat the same phrase. Then you're going to go back through and you're going to receive the blessing, which is the opposite of what the trauma is, right? So you're going to work your way down your body. I release all anger from every area of my life, from events that happened in the past. Tap your back. You got back problems? Tap your back. I release all anger from every area of my life, from things that happened in the past. Work your way down your legs. I release all anger from every area of my life, from things that happened in the past. Now, the opposite of anger for me would be peace and forgiveness. So we're going to say something like, I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace. I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace, because forgiveness is more for you than the other person, right? You don't want to hold on to that, right? That's what's causing the anger, right? So forgive them, but that doesn't mean you make, that you're going to go out and eat lunch, right? That just means you're releasing that back to Sky Daddy and, your spirit squad, and you're getting that out of your system, right? Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, because you are actually releasing toxins from your muscles and stuff, right? There's a physical thing that's happening in your body. All right. So we're going to start. So we just released the anger. Now we're going to receive forgiveness and peace. I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace. I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace. I forgive myself and others. We're working our way all the way around our crown chakra, and I receive peace. Tapping your third eye. I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace. I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace. Under the eye, I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace. Under the nose, I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace. Under the chin, I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace. You're going to work your way all the way around your neck, because I don't know about y'all, but my neck be hurting, so start tapping. I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace. where your shoulders are tense, go ahead and start tapping and releasing. I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace. Under the neck, I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace. I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace. I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace. Solar plexus. I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace. Now, I'm actually working my way all the way down my body, but y'all don't want to see that on camera. But just go ahead and tap your legs. You're going to work your way down your legs and say the same thing. I forgive myself and others, and I receive peace. And you're going to work your way all the way to your feet, right? So you may be sitting Indian style, or, sitting in a chair, but somewhere where you can get to your legs and feet, right? I'm tapping my legs and my feet all the way down. Right, you're releasing that from your body. Again, you are actually releasing toxins out of your muscles and stuff. It's just like getting a really heavy massage. Same sensation, right? Your body may feel like it got hit by an electric fence. I know mine does. You may feel thirsty. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water and hydrating, because you're actually releasing traumas out of your body, right? Because it's hard to manifest properly if we're doing the shadow work, right? For instance, you're going to manifest money. You might find money on the sidewalk for $100. Maybe you find $100 on the sidewalk, but then your car breaks down and the part, guess how much it costs? $100. Now, one may theorize, okay, well, that was provided for, maybe your spirit squad did know that you're going to need $100, but let me pose this to you. Does that happen more often than not? Like, you get $100 and then you have to spend $100. Is it hard to save? If that happens a lot, that could be a blockage there, that you're getting the manifestation, but it's hard to sustain it without doing the shadow work and releasing that trauma, right? So that's what we're doing. We're releasing a trauma, and then we're receiving the blessing, right? So what we've worked on today so far, we've worked on guilt. Because if you feel guilty to be blessed, how's your spirit squad going to bless you with the level you want if you feel guilty every time somebody hands you money? I feel guilty for charging that price tag. People are really struggling. Well, they've been struggling for thousands of years, right? Kick it in gear, right? Do you feel worthy or do you feel guilty, right? Ask yourself that, and then start tapping, right? Release that trauma as you tap, right? You're going to notice physical sensations in your body. Energy levels may start to pick up. You may want to go for a walk afterwards. I usually do. So we've released guilt for being blessed, and then we've received blessings. We receive worthiness in place of guilt. We've released rejection, right? And in place of rejection, we receive love and acceptance. We've released anger from things that happened to us in the past, and now we're receiving peace and forgiveness, right? So those are the things that we've released, and those are the things that we've received so far. Now let's work on our finances, right? Let's get to the grand finale, right? So we've released emotional traumas, we've released, rejection, we've worked with our emotions. Now let's work on our wallet, right? Let's see, things that block finances. We've already talked about not feeling worthy to be blessed. Let's release mismanagement of money. Maybe you get money, but maybe it's hard to manage it. Maybe you want to just splurge, right? So we're going to release, let's see, let me think of how we're going to word this, because I don't want to word it the wrong way. So we're going to release irresponsibility with money. We're going to release that first, and then we're going to receive wisdom in our spending. So we're going to receive wisdom in our spending habits, and we're going to release irresponsibility with our money. That's a big one, right? So let's start tapping. So we're going to release first, and then we're going to receive. So start at the crown of your head. You work all the way around your head. Now, if you've got a migraine, this is fantastic for migraine release. I feel like there are people with headaches and stuff I'm tapping into, so, you know, make sure you're drinking water afterwards, but you do this tapping enough, it may actually release that headache you got going on. I release irresponsibility with my money. I release irresponsible spending with my money. I release irresponsible spending with my money. Third eye chakra. I release irresponsible spending with my money. Above the eyebrow, I release irresponsible spending with my money. Each temple, I release irresponsible spending with my money. Wake up your third eye. I release irresponsible spending with my money. You're going to work your way down your face. I release irresponsible spending with my money. Under the nose, I release irresponsible spending with my money. Under the chin, I release irresponsible spending with my money. All of this, the back of the neck, all the way around your neck, all those pressure points, I release irresponsible spending with my money. Shoulders, do your shoulders hurt? Start tapping. I release irresponsible spending with my money. Under the neck, I release irresponsible spending with my money. I release irresponsible spending with my money. Shoulder blade, shoulder blades. Or not shoulder blades, a collarbone. I release irresponsible spending with my money. We're going to do under the arms. I release irresponsible spending with my money. I release irresponsible spending with my money. Solar plexus. I release irresponsible spending with my money. Now, I'm not going to show it on camera, but you're going to tap the rest of your body all the way down your feet. I release irresponsible spending with my money. Move down your legs, past your knees. I release irresponsible spending with my money. And all the way down through your feet. I release irresponsible spending with my money. Now, how do you feel now? I felt that one. You should start feeling like an electric fence hit you, hot or cold. Tingly sensations, those are all normal sensations when you're waking up your chakras and your meridian systems and you're releasing that. Now you are also doing the equivalent of a body massage, like a basic massage, so you want to make sure that you're drinking water because you may actually be releasing toxins into your body from your muscles and stuff. So there's that. Make sure you're hydrating after this. I know I'm actually starting to feel thirsty. Right, now we're going to receive wisdom in our spending. Making wise choices with our money. We're going to receive that. So start tapping. I receive wisdom in my spending habits. I receive wisdom in my spending habits. I receive wisdom in my spending habits. Third eye. I receive wisdom in my spending habits. Above the eye. Your eyes hurt? Start tapping. I receive wisdom in my spending habits. Under the eye. I receive wisdom in my spending habits. Your actual sinuses may start to drain. FYI, this is great for sinus drainage. I receive wisdom in my spending. Under the nose. I receive wisdom in my spending. Under the chin. I receive wisdom in my spending. All the way through your neck. Start the back of your neck, work your way to the front. I receive wisdom in my spending habits. I receive wisdom in my spending. Collarbone. I receive wisdom in my spending. Under the arm. I receive wisdom in my spending. Other arm. I receive wisdom in my spending. Solar plexus. I receive wisdom in my spending. And now I'm working my way down my legs because your upper body's not the only chakra point. Your whole body's a chakra point. right? So start tapping your legs. Start with your thighs, work your way past your knees. I receive wisdom in my spending, and you're gonna finish with your feet. I receive wisdom in my spending. You should start feeling really nice and tingly because we've been doing this for a hot minute, right? We've been doing this for about an hour, so you should start feeling all kinds of tingly. Again, make sure you're drinking your water. You're literally releasing toxins out of your mind, body, and spirit. So make sure we're doing some tapping release trauma so that you can manifest properly, and those things will be solid and they'll stick. We're hitting the finale, which is our money bag, right? We've released traumas with our emotions. We've released trauma with guilt. We've released trauma with rejection. Like, we've hit a lot of hard topics, and we've received love and acceptance. We've received wisdom with our spending. We've received worthiness to be blessed, because if you don't feel worthy to be blessed, it's going to be hard for your spirit squad to bring them blessings in, because you don't feel worthy of it. So why are they going to bring it? Right? Think about that next time you want to be like, oh, I don't need groceries. Somebody say, I offer to buy you groceries. Take their groceries. If they offer to buy them, why not? Maybe that's the way your spirit squad's wanting to bless you, but you got too much pride in the way, right? Think about that next time somebody want to buy you groceries, right? I don't know who that's for, but FYI, that could have been your spirit squad trying to bless you with a free meal. And, it's been a hard pill for me to swallow this week, but, I'll take it, right? So, and it could be a hint drop, for people been offering me health food all week. Maybe that's my spirit squad being like, okay, you need to clean up your eating habits again, right? Sometimes I get to where I want some chips and dip, and it don't like me. Chips and dips do not like me. I'm very diabetic. It doesn't work for me, right? My body's just like hell to the no. So there's that little nugget of wisdom, right? So we're going to hit the grand finale. So we've released, with our money, we've released irresponsible spending, and we've received wisdom. Now, let's release blockages. So people be sending you haterade in the spirit realm. They do. Whether they do it intentionally or not, who knows? Either way, that's an energy blast coming at you to block your money. Whether they do it intentionally, maybe it's a thought they sent your way. However they're doing it, intentional or unintentional, it's a blockage, and it can cause problems, right? So not only would I recommend using Miss Callie's products to do your spiritual cleansing bath and your shower, her products are fire. I do them every day. I'll be mixing and matching it like a chef in my bathroom with her stuff, right? I'm going to give her a shout out again. Make sure you're looking at her website to do your spiritual bathing and cleansing, right, on a spiritual level, right? Burn the candles, do the sage, do your spiritual bath, get in the tub, soak in some Epsom salt. She's got bath bombs that she sells. I do hers because I don't have time to sit there and fart with it. I want to just put it in the bath and go, right? Yeah, so there's that. Do your egg cleanses, right? But do your tapping too. This stuff really works. Add this to your regimen. Do 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day and start tapping, right? So we're going to finish with the grand finale, which is we're going to release blockages and evil eye. It's a big one. It's a big tapping moment we're getting ready to do. And then we're going to receive everything our spirit squad has for us, which could be a lot. So you want to feel worthy to be blessed, right? They're going to bring you a lot, so you want to feel worthy of it. Don't reject the hand that feeds you. If they want to give you free health food stuff, if you want to give me a bag of carrots, thank you spirit team, thank you Sky Daddy. Okay, I'll eat a bag of carrots, right? If however they want to bless you, right? Start saying thank you for whatever they're bringing you now, and then they'll start bringing you more, right? So show gratitude. We may finish with some gratitude. All right, so let's start tapping. We're going to release. Start with the top of your head. Work your way around your crown, all the way down with the tapping. All of those are chakra points, all the way down to your feet. So just tap, tap, tap. There's no right or wrong way as long as you're tapping head to toe, right? You should start feeling tingly and hot and cold sensations. Your body should actually start to feel like it maybe grabbed an electric fence or tingly, right? You may feel hot, feel cold. You may start getting visuals. All that is totally normal, right? So I release all evil eye and blockages on my health, wealth, and abundance. I'm going to add all three of them because they be hitting all three with me. I release all evil eye and blockages blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. I felt that. I got chilly bumps. I release all evil eye and blockages blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. Third eye, above your eyebrows. I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. Tap right on your third eye and say it. I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. Under the eyes, I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. Under the nose, I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. Gonna go from the back of the neck forward. Your neck hurts, start tapping. I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. Start tapping your shoulders. You got pain in your shoulders, start tapping. I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. Collarbone. I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. Do your heart chakra on that one, because your heart chakra, believe it or not, does affect your money. I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. Under the arm, I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. Under the other arm, I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. Solar plexus, I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. Now, your whole entire body's got chakra points and meridian points, so you want to make sure you hit all the way down your legs to your feet. I'm not going to show it on camera, but I am tapping my legs right now, so you're going to say same thing. I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. Work your way down your knees to your feet. I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. Right? I release all evil eye blocking health, wealth, and abundance. Now, that's a big release. I felt that. Now we're going to receive everything our spirit squad has for us, right? This is a big one. All right, take a deep breath. Hold it. Release the trauma. We'll breathe in and out for just a few seconds. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. All right. You ready to receive all that the spirit team got for you? All that Sky Daddy's got for you. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in every area of my life. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in every area of my life. Third eye. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in every area of my life. Third eye. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in every area of my life. Temples. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in every area of my life. Work your way down your face. This is going to also drain sinus problems. Under the eye, you may feel sinus drainage. That's totally normal. Make sure you're drinking your water. I receive health, good health, wealth, and abundance in every area of my life. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in every area of my life. Under the nose, I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in every area of my life. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in every area of my life. I'm going to back your neck forward. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in every area of my life. Under the neck, all those points under your neck. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in every area of my life. Your shoulders, you feel pain in your shoulders, start tapping. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in every area of my life. Because if you're not healthy enough to enjoy that abundance, what good does it do? So we're going to hit that one too. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in every area of my life. And this is going to be on replay, guys. Like, if you had to stop and do something and then come back, this is going to be on replay on YouTube. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to keep tapping while I'm doing it. Keep tapping. Tap, tap, tapping. But this is going to be on replay on YouTube. Give me a couple of hours. Can my phone be slow? In this Mercury retrograde, it'd be moving slow. So I'm going to download it and then I'm going to upload it to YouTube. That way you can do this on replay as many times as you need to, right? Because we've tapped on a lot of topics tonight and we've released a lot of stuff and we've received a lot of blessings, right? You want to do this 5-10 minutes a day. Carve out time to start tapping and put that in your routine, your spiritual cleansing routine that you're already doing, right? I'll be doing, Miss Callie and Miss Mary Jane, I'll be doing their spiritual cleanses and their bath bombs and their sugar scrubs and stuff. I do that every day. And I feel really weird and cranky if I don't get my spirit bath in. If I don't get my spirit shower, my spirit bath, I'm a cranky heifer for real. I've come to really enjoy it. I put it as part of my self-care routine and I really like it, right? So for me, make that part of your self-care. Start tapping when you're in the shower. I actually do it in the shower. I do, Miss Callie, there she is in the chat. I do her spiritual products from her website. And I actually tap in the shower while I'm using her products. And you want to talk about a fire session, that's it, man. Because you're releasing the trauma and you're symbolically using water to cleanse that on a spiritual level, and that's biblical. Guess what Jesus did? He walked on water. I hate to break that news flash to all the religious folks, but he used water. Was a huge element for him. He turned water into wine. He walked on water. He calmed the waters. He healed with water. Right? Just saying. I went to seminary school, right? If you know, you know, right? I may seem a little woo-woo, but I went to seminary school, and guess what Jesus used a lot of? Water. Start using the elements, right? He used the elements. He could transfer energy. He could read your mind, right? There was a lot he could do. People just glaze over that, but it says right in the gospel, he perceived their thoughts. So he was clear and vibrating to the point to where he could perceive people's thoughts. That's huge. We want to get our vibration level. We may not, I don't know if we'll get to that level, but start tapping and start cleansing and make it a lifestyle. Like Miss Callie's saying, make sure you're making a lifestyle, and then you're going to start seeing some serious improvement if you're disciplined with it. You can't just do it one time and expect miracles to roll out of your rear. Your spirit squad don't work that way. They want to see how bad you want it first. They're going to test you a little bit. Then they're going to bring the blessing, right? In the meantime, you can release some of these traumas and you can tap them out. You should start to feel sensations in your body. You should start to feel tingly. You might feel hot, feel cold. It's just like getting a massage, guys. You want to make sure you're drinking plenty of water because you are actually releasing toxins from your muscles and stuff, right? So the last one we've released, I release all evil eye blocking me from good health, wealth, and abundance. I release all evil eye blocking me from good, that was a confirmation burp, blocking me from health, wealth, and abundance. You're going to work your way down your legs to your feet. You're tapping all the way down your leg to your feet. I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. Now we're going to receive. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance. Now, once you've released the evil eye blockage, then you're going to call in the blessing, but don't do it backwards, right? People be calling in blessings and still be blocked and not doing the shadow work, right? I receive good health, because if you're killing over, you know, like if you're struggling to breathe, how are you going to enjoy all the wealth you're getting ready to get, right? Maybe start working on that, right? If you're struggling to climb a flight of stairs, how are you going to travel the globe in that fantasy plane that you've got in your head, right? You got a Learjet in your head that you want. Well, how are you going to do that if you can't climb a flight of stairs? Start doing your nature walk. Start watching what you put in your body. Start simple, man. Start with just drinking water. Start with something each day, and each day you're going to make improvement, right? It's just start somewhere. Yeah, Rome wasn't built in a day. You're not going to get over it in a day, but just start, right? I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in all areas of my life. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in all areas of my life. Third eye. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in all areas of my life. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in all areas of my life. Tap all the way around your face. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in all areas of my life. Under the nose, I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in all areas of my life. Under the chin, I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in all areas of my life. Start at the back of the neck and work your way forward. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in all areas of my life. Shoulders. You got pain in your shoulders? Start tapping. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in all areas of my life. Shoulder or collarbone. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in all areas of my life. Solar plexus. I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in all areas of my life. Working your way down your legs. Right? I'm not showing it on camera, but I am. You got chakra and meridian points all the way down your body, not just from the neck up. Right? So you're going to do your legs and your feet. Work your way all the way down to your feet. So I receive good health, wealth, and abundance in all areas of my life. All right, now, we've been doing a ton of tapping. You should start to feel buzzy. Like, I feel like I've grabbed an electric fence. You may feel hot. You may feel cold. You may get visions. Start writing this stuff down that you just woke up all your chakras and you're vibrating at a higher frequency. Now, remember, when you're tapping in your shower or taking your nature walk and doing your tapping, you can tap anywhere. You're going to release the trauma first. Then you're going to receive the blessing, right? Don't do it backwards or you're going to start having problems. Like, for example, you manifest, you might feel dizzy. That's normal, right? That's your body sorting things out. You may go to the bathroom. That's normal. Drink some water, right? It's just like getting a massage and standing up too fast. It's the same sensation, right? You want to make sure you're drinking water because you actually did release toxins out of your muscles and stuff. You're gonna start feeling tingly. You're gonna start feeling lighter. I actually get more energy once I get through the energy shift. I actually find that I've got enough energy to do a walk or do a workout. Start taking your body seriously, guys, right? People are manifesting trips around the world, but they can't climb a flight of stairs. That's a problem. Man, start watching, start somewhere, start with some water. Work on one food group a week. That's how I did it. It took me almost 3-4 years to lose all the weight that I've lost. I started at 340 pounds and I'm down to 197. It's taken me years. And it was a lifestyle change. It did not happen overnight. Rome was not built in a day. This is not going to happen overnight. So you want to be disciplined. I can't stress that enough. Now, Miss Callie, she's in the chat, Miss Mary Jane and Callie, they do spiritual products. You want to make sure that you're getting in a spiritual cleansing routine. I use her products all the time. They're fantastic. Make sure you guys are checking her out too. I'm going to put the replay of this on my YouTube. So go to the link tree in my bio and make sure you're following my YouTube. I'm going to put the replay of this whole session on YouTube, right? So if you want to learn how to tap and release and get that down pat, the replay is going to be on there. It may take me a couple of hours to get the replay loaded on YouTube, but if you missed a session or you missed part of it and you want to go back and learn how to tap and release that trauma, yeah, I mean, the tapping is fantastic. It's quick, it's fast, it works. You're going to start really noticing things. Now, if you're not doing the shadow work, you're going to manifest those things you want, but then it's going to be hard for you to sustain the blessing. That's why I recommend releasing the trauma first, then try to manifest the blessing, because you'll see a lot of people tapping and they're just bringing in all the positive stuff. They're just being like, I receive blessings, but they're not doing the shadow work. They're not releasing the trauma. They're not releasing the rejection. They're not releasing the guilt. Do you feel guilty for being blessed? That was a big one for me. People would hand me money and groceries and I would feel guilty. And I'm like, what is this? This isn't normal, right? And I started to realize, okay, that's weird. People trying to bless me, my spirit squad's trying to bring in blessings, but I'm feeling guilty for being blessed, right? There's that, right? That's why it's important to do the shadow work and release that trauma, and then while you're doing that, bring in the manifestations and do your affirmations. Do it in that order, because otherwise you're going to bring that $100 bill in. Maybe you'll find $100 on the sidewalk, but then your car's going to break down. Have you noticed that happening? Right? You're manifesting, the affirmations are working, but can you sustain the blessing? Have you done the shadow work? If you're having a lot of expenses going out, the minute you get that money, that's a surefire sign that you've got a blockage there, right? We called out several things. Now I'm doing the review. We started out, we go from the top of her head all the way down. There's no wrong way to tap as long as you're starting from the head and working your way down to your feet. You just tap every point that you feel a need to tap. And I tap all the chakra points. I'll be tapping all over my body, right? It looked crazy, but it works. We released guilt for being blessed, and then we received worthiness. That was session 1. Session 2, we released rejection from all the past hurt, and we received love and acceptance. That was session 2. Session 3, now I'll have to watch it myself because I get in the zone and I forget what we're doing. Session 3, we released anger. Thank you, Spirit Team. We released anger from things that happened to us in the past, and we received forgiveness. Yes, do it before bed, before shower, anytime you want to do it. I do it all the time throughout the day, especially if I'm having a rough day. I'll be tapping throughout the whole day. I do it in the shower, actually, when I'm doing when I'm using Miss Callie's products and I'm doing the cleansing baths and I'm doing the spiritual shower scrubs and stuff. I actually, I use her products and I actually tap in the shower while I'm doing the scrub down. I actually tap too, and I'll be doing my release and my affirmations while I'm in the shower. It takes I don't want to say it can get involved, but you take as much time as you want to on that, because I find that if I don't do it, I have a really cranky day, and my day struggles if I don't go through the whole process, right? So there's that. How bad do you want it, right? Think about that next time you're thinking, well, this is taking too long. Well, how bad do you want it, right? So we released anger, and we received forgiveness, and we received we released anger from trauma of the past, and we received forgiveness and peace. Then with our money, we released irresponsible spending, because we might be the problem. I might be the problem, right? That's one I have to tap on. I released irresponsible spending, and I received wisdom in my spending habits. Then I released evil eye, jealousy, that's causing money blockages. You start getting blessed, people start sending you haterade, whether they intend to or not. Sometimes it's unintentional. They just have the thought in their head. They don't understand that they're sending an energy blast right to you that's going to block your blessing, right? Release that. Start tapping. Release it first. Say, I release all evil eye blocking my health, wealth, and abundance. You want to cover all three, because if you're not healthy enough to receive the blessing, that's a problem too. So I release all evil eye blocking good health, wealth, and abundance. Right? Be careful how you word that, right? Then you're going to receive good health, wealth, and abundance. Now that you've released the blockage and the evil eye and all that, now you're going to receive the blessing. So you kind of get the picture of how that works. You're going to start seeing a much better affirmation process and manifestation process happen. And I would wager a lot faster, right? But now, if you've missed part of the session or you want to go back and replay it again, I'm going to put this on YouTube. So make sure you're hitting the link tree in my bio, following me on YouTube, and you'll get the replay. And then we're going to be doing this every week, right? Each week I do a different lesson. I'll do like a teaching session, because if you don't have the head knowledge, it's hard to, knowledge is power. So I'm going to give you the knowledge, and then we're going to do demonstrations, right? I'm going to start... I'm really into candles, and I'm really into metaphysical stuff. So I'm actually going to be, getting on here, and I'm going to be making candles, and I'm going to be selling them, right? But I'm going to, I may actually video the process so that you guys see, okay, I'm pretty good at doing the, and that's a me thing. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but I love candles. I love to do the spiritual cleansing baths, and I like to light a candle for abundance, a candle for peace, a candle for returning to sender, because the hater rate is real. Like, I've gotten to where I'm tired of people playing on my top intentionally, and you send the energy back to them, right? If they're sending you good energy, they're going to be really blessed. Yeah, they're sending you good energy, they're going to be, they might win a lottery, right? If they're sending you negative energy, you're just sending right back. It's just bouncing off of you. Now, when I do my visuals, just some hot tips for people that are metaphysically inclined or you're tuned in, right? When I do my little meditative bubble, a lot of people put a white light around their body. Try adding a mirror around your body. Like, when you're doing that visual, I actually say, put myself in a seamless mirrored cocoon of Christ's white golden light, and I actually visualize a mirror going around my body, so that it's just going to blast right back whatever they're giving to you, right? So if they're giving you negative, it's going to ping right off of you just like a mirror. If they're giving you positive, they're going to be super blessed, right? So they need to be real careful how they're wording things and what they're sending your way, right? But protect yourself, right? Make sure you're doing your cleansing. Make sure you're doing your meditation, you're praying. When you're doing your visuals, I put a mirror around my body. I don't just do the white light or whatever. I actually put a whole, like a dome of just a giant mirror around my body visually. And I even say it, I put myself in a seamless mirrored cocoon of Christ's white golden light and the blood of his protection. Now and forevermore, so be it. Bam. See how that hits in the spirit, right? They don't want my battleship going in the water. Like, it's going to hurt. I look nice, but my battleship's real decked out and it's mean. And I've been doing it for 30 years, right? So there's that. If you don't know me, my YouTube channel's got some replays of testimonials and things. And, I've studied this stuff for years. I've went through seminary school. I've went through demonology school. I've went through exorcism school. I've went through metaphysics school, and so now, Sky Daddy and, my spirit team's like, okay, now pay it forward. People need to learn this stuff. So here I am, right? Now I've got a day job, but, we're just kind of getting this geared up. So y'all have to bear with me. I'm a millennial, so I'm, still learning how to use all the techno stuff. But yeah, if you missed the session, I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and you can learn how to tap and release the trauma. And then your blessings and your prayers and your affirmations will start coming through a lot clearer, and they'll start coming through a lot faster. All right, that's all I've got for the day. And then we'll do this next week. We'll, maybe do some tapping, and then we'll teach on a topic, right? Whatever Sky Daddy wants me to teach on, right? And, like and follow. That way you don't miss the alert that I'm going live, because I may do it more than one day a week. I feel the need to actually do it more than once a week. And you don't want to miss the alert there. So be blessed. I speak a blessing over every person listening to the sound of my voice now or on the replay. I speak that we are protected, we are loved, and we are worthy to be blessed. You are worthy to be blessed. You are not a mistake. I don't know who needs to hear that, but you are not a mistake. You have a purpose and a plan, and you are blessed. And go forth in your purpose. Through the blood and the mighty name of Jesus, above so below, on earth as it is in heaven, inside and out, mind, body, spirit, mental, physical, emotional, in a spirit and a physical realm without a doubt, and so it is. Amen and amen. Be blessed. Thank you. Welcome.